Hey Spuddies, Potato Big Whiskey here and welcome to Civilization 6 as the Congo. Today we're playing as Nzgina Mbande, the new Congo leader that came out in the leader pass. There's a very nice spice tile that I would like to settle near. So I definitely want to settle in this area. Now, if we take a look at our starting location, there's a couple of things we need to keep in mind. Now, deer, I believe, add production to a tile, as do wood. So wherever we settle here would be a 1 food or 2 food, 1 production tile, which is far from ideal. I want to know more about this direction. I think settling in place here is totally fine. Moving to the deer would allow me to put a holy site here, which would be a pretty comfortable holy site. We mostly want the holy site, like we can't afford to fish for adjacency here. We just have to take holy sites to get a religion. And that's the kind of really interesting thing about Nzgina Mbande is she can actually go for a religion. There's kind of 2 things that we're really looking for in this game, is to get void singers, to get a religion, and to get a monumentality golden age. If we can get all 3 of those, that's actually massive for us. I'm trying to think about where has the best tempo. Honestly, in place has totally reasonable tempo. So I think we settle in place. And rather than grow the city, I'm going to go for production tempo so I can get my scouts slightly faster. Let me have a little bit of a think about this. It's a 6-turn scout versus a 5-turn scout. I could get 2 5-turn scouts plus a builder, or I could go scout settler. I don't know what's going on with my graphics here. I think there's like some mod I have installed that's kind of messing with it. I'll have to do a reinstall of the game or something. Yeah, something in here is causing a little bit of graphical issues. Do I go immediately to astrology? I think I immediately start astrology because the particular build order that you usually go for if you're going for a holy site game is you go fast second city and then the double holy site to try to make up for that. Now we really need to find a tribal village, and we need to find it early. If we don't find it early, we won't get access to the incredibly important void singers, and we're already having terrible luck. We have not found one. We've revealed so much of the map. Okay, there's one. We might be able to get that. Void singers is so important for me. We have found a cultural city-state over here, Kumasi. Nice to meet you. I was the first to meet them, +1 culture per turn. That's big. And we found the void singers. Okay, that is massive. Do I go void singers first right now? That is a tough question. We could always delay the void singers for a moment and instead pick up someone like, could be an early Moksha game. We have the governor title. That's what we need to think about. Do we want to use it immediately on the void singers, or do we want to delay it? I think we can get away with delaying it, but I'm going to just take the void singers for safety so I don't make an error and I don't mess up my later timings. But I'm very happy that I found the correct stuff. I'll do a little bit of light scouting with my warrior, but I'll keep him nearby. Kind of looking around. I want to know more about the north, and I want to know more about the east in particular. So I'm going to kind of scout in these areas because this is where I'm going to be planning to settle. Now, something about the Congo ability that we need to talk about is the Queen of the Ndongo and Matamba. All of Congo's cities receive 10% extra yields if they're on the same continent as your capital, and minus 15% if they're on another continent. So we want to get as many really high quality cities down on this continent as possible. And yields really does mean yields, right? 10% production. We're getting 0.7 extra production. We're getting 0.5 extra science, 0.3 extra, or 0.3 extra science, 0.5 extra gold, right? All of these things are slightly boosted, slightly ahead. So Congo is a civ that really benefits from tempo. We also found the Giant's Causeway. This could potentially be a good settlement down here. The Hermetic Order has been discovered, and we got astrology boosted. That's actually really handy. That's really handy because let me do some holy site scanning. Where's my best holy site? There's a +1 here. Unfortunately, we don't have very good holy sites, but we do have the potential to do something a little bit interesting here. We might not have very good holy sites, but at the very least, we could consider building another one of these nice wheels that give a lot of adjacency. So 1, 2, 3. Ideally, I would settle here, but I'll have to kind of askew things slightly. So if you settled there, that won't work. That won't work. Unlucky. So what if we go here instead? What if we did this? Yeah, this just won't work, sadly, so we'll have to retool it. So we'll have to do a 2-city government plaza sharing, which is, honestly, that's fine. You can get up to 6 cities, but this should be a totally fine government plaza thing. So what you do is you place the government plaza in the 3rd tile between 2 cities. Ideally, you settle in like a fidget spinner formation. So I put a city here and I put a city here, and then we fit in the particular district that we really want. But I think this is totally reasonable. It makes up for the fact that this gets me my 2 early holy sites. This is totally fine, which means I'm going to go ahead and buy this tile and immediately place the holy site to lock in its adjacency as well as its price. Every time every time you research a technology, your districts get more expensive. So, but that they don't get more expensive if you've placed the district. So placing the district is quite important. Then we're going to go for mining because we need to be able to chop woods. And I will go for God King in order to get my Pantheon. I'll take Discipline to keep my units alive against barbs. So I'd say we've got a pretty good opener so far. There's definitely, wow, this is the only tile down here. Okay, this would have been an amazing holy site, but because of its awkward placement, we might not be able to do that. We did find, there was a tribal village right here that we could have found. We did find a scout and all that sort of stuff. So there's huge potential here. Some nice hills over here that we would eventually be able to settle to get some really nice holy sites. So we definitely want to settle in that direction. I'm going to settle conservatively first though. I wonder if I can steal this barb camp kill. I can, perfect. Get the era score and the gold. There's foreign trade boosted. We need to find other players, so we need to start scouting pretty far out. The map is pretty chunky and difficult to traverse though. Another tribal village, that's +1 era score. So we have astrology. I'm trying to think about how long we have left in this era. So we have 2 spices in the capital. That's actually insane for growth. We'll be hitting a really, really nice growth curve. We already have +1 production going for us. So actually, this is actually really interesting. This configuration is interesting because these are the 3 key districts that we're going to want this game. We are going to want holy sites, we're going to want theatre squares, and we're going to want commercial hubs in order to maximize our ability to generate tourism. These are the 3 districts that we're going to want. Now we're going to want the occasional like other district, but these are going to be our 3 main focuses. It's probably going to be holy sites into theatre squares, into commercial hubs in that order. So we're going to have a very hard time with gold this game. So we need to get as much gold as possible from normal sources, like for example spices. That's a good source of gold. Now eventually when we do upgrade the sorry, what's the word for it? It's when we upgrade the Void Singers, that will actually take care of our gold problems, but that'll be quite a bit out from now in the game. I think we just research pottery. I think that's a reasonable choice. So there is foreign trade. We can now have access to traders. That's excellent. Let's go ahead and send our settler over here to this tile as is planned. We'll get to work on early empire for that extra governor title as well as the settler colonization card. You go ahead and grab this. Ooh, I should have grabbed that with my scout. A free trader is honestly really good for me here. I will be doing an internal trade route though, because I am worried. I mean, the old god obelisk here is so powerful, but I really need to get the great people generation. Unfortunately, when you're playing on deity difficulty, you cannot delay how long it takes you to get your religion. You kind of have to beeline it. Although finding Fez and Kumasi here are actually really, really good for me. Fez is a great way for me to generate an extra little bit of passive science for my religion, because when I convert cities, I get 20 science per population. Kumasi, on the other hand, is a really good international trade route with city-states. So some really, really good stuff here. Need to start thinking about my era score and how I'm going to get it. More barb camps are appearing. That's fine. We did meet you. Nice. I believe meeting a new save actually gets you era score, so that's quite good. I can't tell. So she has met 1 unmet player. There's pottery, excellent. We've met Abraham Lincoln, nice to meet you. I will send him a delegation because he looks like he's close. You send a delegation because it will actually give you +3 friendship with a person. Now he's a member of a different secret society, so he's not going to love us for this game. That is just the life that we live. Am I okay to research animal husbandry? Yes, because if this is a horse tile or this is a horse tile, I'm actually quite happy. So we'll go for animal husbandry. Lovely, we've met Menelik. That's another era score in the bank. So we have a normal age secured. Go ahead and settle a city right here, Mbuila. Very nice. I would like to immediately go for the holy site, but I think the old god obelisk is actually just better for me this game. I should be able to get a 1 city religion. I want to send this trade route to Mbuila and then send that trade route from Mbuila to my capital. It's a little bit dangerous to trade internationally this early into the game, so I won't be doing. But the extra +1 food, +1 production will make this city grow and produce quite a bit quicker. I don't think I have any tiles I want to buy. No tiles I want to buy in here. Quite happy with Kabasa. Let's just dip down south in case there's something. No, I think I'll probably run back north now. Okay, brilliant. Holy site is complete. There is 1 other player earning great profit points, and now usually 2 holy site prayers will get you a religion. So we'll do 2 holy site prayers and see where we stand after that. Animal husbandry is completed. We did not hit any horses, which is unlucky because it would have been a nice quality upgrade for our land. That's just life, however. I don't think I particularly care about unlocking writing. I think I would rather unlock things like the wheel or bronze working. I think I will make the attempt to go for currency actually, and the reason for that is that there's potentially era score there if I can research it fast enough. Oh, we did discover a new copy of horses. I think I'm settled on it. My holy site is on the horses. That's actually really good for me because it's something I can sell to the AI basically every turn to get a chunk of gold, and that would be potentially a builder or something for me. I can buy a luxury off Menelik. I will totally do that. Early empire has been boosted. That's fantastic. We can choose our pantheon. There's quite a few good pantheons here this game. My holy sites aren't on rivers, so I don't care about river goddess. I do have pretty damn good appeal, so Faith or Earth Goddess isn't a terrible one here. I have a camp, pasture, a couple of plantations, so there's a little bit of potential there for some of those pantheons. There's also something to be said to go for Divine Spark, because Congo gets so many extra great people points. Like, this is actually 1.5 great people points, which just makes it even better. So we care about relics, artifacts, and sculptures. If you think about Divine Spark, what it really is +1 faith from my holy sites per turn, because excess great people points get converted into faith. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4 plantations at the capital, 5, 6 potentially over here, 7. Culture from plantations seems like reasonable here. I'm going to go for Divine Spark. I think I take Divine Spark. It just feels right for Congo. It feels like a pantheon that suits the Civ really, really well. They already generate a lot of great people points. Speaking of Congo's bonuses, right? So we get 10% yields on our capital continent. We also have Nikisi. So we get 2 food, 2 production, 1 faith, and 4 gold from each relic, artifact, or sculpture, in addition to the normal yields from that thing. We also receive 50% more great artist, musician, and great merchant points. And the palace has a slot for 5 great works. So really quite powerful potential opening here for Congo if we can get our hands on some great works. Now, the other part of Congo is we get access to the Nagawa Mbeba, which is a unique classical era swordsman unit that is really good at defending against range attacks, and the Mbanza, which is a unique neighborhood that always has 5 housing, but it also gives you 2 food and 4 gold regardless of the appeal. So quite a good civ at building tall and building individual cities with a really high yield, but also quite good at building a rather large empire. It really just depends on the style of play that you decide upon. We're going to plug out God King, we're going to plug in urban planning. It'll be a nice little boost. I did hear another barb camp appear. Thankfully it's really far away from me, so I don't have to worry about that. It looks like these two guys are going to war with each other. No, it looks like they're kind of just squaring off then. Never mind, they're not actually fighting. I need to get my hands on another 13 era score. I need to think very carefully about how I'm going to get that. I think our next goal is to go for state workforce to get that government plaza. Now, in order to actually place that government plaza, it would be nice to get a builder to do some billet chopping. And in order to do that chopping, I think we go Magnus first this game. Yes, although Pingala first is so strong for culture. The culture tempo from Pingala first is insane. The problem with Pingala first is that while it would be insane tempo, it would make it harder for me to get my government plaza, whereas I'm going to have the gold for a government plaza soon. I could get Magnus established, chop this tile to get a really fast government plaza, and then move immediately into settlers. On the other hand, if I go Pingala first, there is potential that I could unlock political philosophy before I finish this era, which would be a lot of era score. So I'm going to go Pingala first and put them in the capital. And I clear this barb camp. Lovely. +1 era score and a promotion on this guy. We've met Chinguetti, another really good city-state for us. We also met Geneva. Not so useful for me. 15% extra science is fine, I guess, if I get control of it. Chinguetti, on the other hand. +1 faith for every follower in the city. With your international and domestic trade routes. That's balling. So we did 2 holy site prayers. The first religion has not gone. I think we can do 1 more holy site prayer to guarantee first religion. We've got a scout here. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. We have been scouted by this barb camp, no less. It'll be fine if I can get my warrior there in time. So I just tried out a couple of different configurations of the game. I wanted to do some testing. I tested trying to go for the Stonehenge to try and get a golden age, because getting a golden age here would like make my build just completely explode. I also tried another thing where I tried to just maximize my era score from non-wonder sources, and I got 1 point away. 1 point, which is devastatingly close. But I decided, that's why I made this save file right here, because I was unsure about, like, my game sense was that I couldn't get a golden age, and I feel like I was correct. That's why I made the fork in the road save file. If I had a coastal city, that would be a different story. I could just make a galley and I would just instantaneously get a golden age. But with the current game configuration, I don't believe after a couple of tests, I don't think I can get a golden age here, and I think my instinct was right. What I do know that's coming, however, is a lot of bad stuff. So I'm going to use a very small amount of foreknowledge here. You may call this cheating. I call it, yeah, it's cheating. Basically, I'm going to get invaded by barbs, unless I am very careful. So let's get our old god obelisk. We definitely want that. We want to also build our holy sites. We need to get those holy sites up ASAP. We find Australia. Nice to meet you, Australia. Honor to meet you. We will go ahead and get ourselves mutual open... I don't want to buy your city, excuse me. Mutual open borders. It'll cost me a bit of cash. I wonder, what would you pay my 16 gold for my open borders? That's fine. What would you pay, Menelik, for my open borders? You would pay me 14 gold. And Abraham Lincoln, what would you pay for my open borders? 7 gold. Okay, not bad. Right, let's get the great profit, but we're not going to create my religion yet. We're going to wait until the next era. I'm also going to delay researching currency until the next era to save an era score. And I'm also going to delay researching political philosophy until the next era. So we've already been scouted, unfortunately. I was scouted through the fog of war, which is the most unfortunate way to get scouted. We found Mato Tupila. Perfect. Let's park on this defensive terrain while we bring up our warrior. Step forward and shoot. Put a turn into a warrior to protect. I think he's going to kill my trader, unless I get really lucky here. I think I get lucky here. So promotion available on my slinger. I do have the barb card plugged in. I have the production card plugged in. All good. You take a turn to heal. I'm getting myself a second slinger. I'm going to switch away from slinger tech because I would like to finish a slinger first and then upgrade into archers. That's a more efficient way to do things. There was an archer hiding in the fog of war. I don't fucking believe you, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't stop these pillagers. I don't think I can stop this. I need my own archers. I don't have a choice. Oh, this is so bad. I should be making settlers right now. This barb timing is just like actually killing me, dude. We'll take Connoisseur on Pingala for the +1 culture per turn per citizen in the city. And then I'm going to go ahead and sell as much of my horses as possible for gold. Let's get to work on political philosophy because we want that era score right at the start of the next era. We will be getting a normal age, which is far from ideal, but acceptable, I think. Step back this way. I think if you fortify for a turn, I think we're fine. Let's get to work on currency now for the era score boost. The world enters into the classical era, so we can found our religion. We can do all that stuff. God, I would love to have a builder right now. All right, we create our religion. This will be the religion of Giga Relics, because of course we're playing Congo. We will be going for reliquaries, and we will also be going for tithe because we're not going to be having a lot of early gold this game, and we need that gold to make up. Now you could make an argument to go for pilgrimage, because pilgrimage will that faith will eventually be converted and stuff like that. But I think tithe is just the thing that like it tides me over in the early game, right? It keeps me going. So I'll take Exodus the Evangelists. This should allow me to expand really, really quickly. I'll get myself an archer, and yeah, we'll go for bronze working. I need to build these holy sites so bad, and now I need to get as much era score this era as humanly possible. Are you kidding me? Another fog of war archer, bro. I'm just straight up not having a good time. Okay, I need to hard build a builder, which I really don't want to do. I'll put an envoy into Chinguetti because that extra faith gain is really helpful. Right, there's political philosophy. We can go ahead and take Classical Republic, which is what we need in order to plug in Settler card, as well as we still want to keep discipline. And we also want Charismatic Leader to get more envoys. So we're going to step you forward and shoot there. Dealt with that. Finish your holy site. God, this is such a disruption, these units are. But we want to go for Mahabodhi Temple because we want to get the... we would like to get the Mahabodhi Temple, basically. Now, where am I going to build that Mahabodhi Temple? Unfortunately, I don't have a forest adjacent to my capital holy site. So I'll build Mahabodhi Temple in my second city. And the reason that we build Mahabodhi Temple is because it gives you +2 diplomatic victory points, as well as 2 free apostles, which is about 850 faith and 4 faith per turn. It allows you to immediately evangelize your religion, thus getting you a huge boost to your score, as well as just having a fully evangelized religion. So really nice setup for us there. Now, we are super far behind. We've had a really, really rough start. There's no universe in which you say this is a good start. This is a very, very rough start. So hopefully this guy can survive 2 attacks. I need to buy this tile. The fact that we're still on 2 cities is just crushing me. I'll put a turn into a settler in the capital. I'll probably even chop that out just to get it faster. It's the Eye of the Sahara. I'm very happy to find new wonders because it means more era score. We're already up to 26 out of 32. So the golden age potential is already here. Can we get this kill? Yes, we can. You get into the city to heal. You own this forest tile. Therefore, I chop, finish that settler in 1 turn. Then I bring the government plaza out to give me extra faith adjacency. So I should be up to 5 cities right now, but I'm on 2. And I'm only about to get my 3rd one. All right. Shoot him. Recapture my builder. Definitely getting a city over here. Where exactly? What is the best city that I can get? Possibly right there. Could also forward settle the barbs. It's a pretty good stone settle, in my opinion. Don't have enough information over there, and I feel safer going east, so I'm going to go east with this guy. I think I'll settle right here. Slightly spaced out. Okay, we got our holy site completed. Let's get settlers going. Government plaza on the way. That's good news for us. I think I can safely harvest this deer to get my government plaza faster. I just need the tempo really badly. Okay, we need to kill that scout and kill him. We have promotions available. We got our government plaza down. How important is it for me to get audience chamber right now? I wouldn't say it's massively important. I definitely want to get Magnus and put him in Mbuila to set up for a potential theology right now. Probably should have been builders I was building in there. And I'm happy. So I'm going to need, let me have a little think about this. Single chop right now is worth 39 production. So if I'm getting 50% more, so that's 39 multiplied by 1.5, then that gets further multiplied by 1.15. That's 67 production. So we'll call it 68 production. Mahabodhi Temple is 400 production divided by, call it 68. So I'll need about 5 chops. So 2 builders should get me this really, really quickly. It'll be 4 error score for the wonder, plus another bit for the evangelization. Yeah, that should actually be a big step forward for our religion. Now, the only thing is that we need to get a shrine to convert the city. So I think I have to go shrine here and then look to buy a builder with gold, which is really, honestly, like a rough position. This is a very, very rough start. We have a strong civ, and I think we're coping well with what the game is throwing at us. But I don't feel especially good about our position right now. I could take Suzumti of Fez. That'd be nice for a nice injection of science. Ooh, Chinguetti would be almost better. I'm going to take Fez, plus 2 error score, plus it reveals a lot down here. So we're basically playing for error score right now. That's like 100% of our brain power is what we're dedicating towards, is trying to get as much error score as possible. Because if we can secure a medieval era monumentality golden age, I think we can do a lot, and I mean a lot of work. I'm kind of reconsidering now. If I settle here, 1, 2, 3, I could settle here. No, I guess I'll just take this river for myself. So mostly looking for things that give me tempo, things that increase the rate at which my empire expands. Apprenticeship would probably be a good tempo boost, so we'll head towards horseback riding. Makes all my mines more valuable. So while I don't love this settlement location, I will take it. It has reasonably good tiles nearby. It's not on a plains hill, which I would prefer. It doesn't block me from settling over here. It makes good use of this land. And it's reasonably spaced out. Immediately go for the Old God Obelisk, because that faith... the Old God Obelisk basically upgrades the monument to contain 1 extra great work slot that can hold any great work. It also provides an extra 4 faith over the normal monument, which is different from the normal 2 culture you get from a monument. Right, theology is complete, so we can get our temple. More importantly, we can build a Mahabodhi temple, which we will start very soon. Make sure we buy that tile for the Mahabodhi temple. I was hoping to buy a builder, but sometimes you gotta buy a tile, you know. Can sell my Diplo favor, and I guess I'll buy a builder because the time has come. I'll drop discipline in favor of core V, and we'll just play it slightly safer against barbs. And then I'll come in here and buy myself a builder, so that'll be me secured. My warrior is defending the capital. Would love to be getting temples, but really need settlers right now. Let's go for recorded history to get that extra governor title. That's excellent. I have 2 envoys. I could take Suzumti of Chinguetti. That's ideal. I can also get myself a missionary to convert Mbuila, because I think the city has to actually be converted. We need a temple in here. Jesus. We're going to need more builders than I thought. I'm going to send my warrior up to the north to scout, because I'm missing some information up there. Mutual open borders with France. 1 gold per turn. I'll take that. Lets me explore her territory. 1 shot and 2 shots. That guy's in bad shape now. I guess we do have the settler card plugged in, so we'll take the overflow and put it into a shrine. And there's so many really, really good holy sites over here. I could settle coastally on the banana. It's not a terrible spot. I think that's going to be our preliminary start location right here. That leaves 1, 2, 3, another city right there potentially. We're doing... We want to space them out, but we also want to cram a little bit. We want to be careful. Convert you plus 2 error score. And we also get 80 science out of that, which is nice, which puts us towards apprenticeship. Although we don't want to research apprenticeship. I think we will go for irrigation because we're missing plantations and potentially amenities here. There's 2 amenities we can unlock. I just really need builders, man. There's just so many things I need to do. It's hard to prioritize. I'm trying to do everything, which is not really working for me. Let's go for the temple. We'll go ahead and chop that. We'll need to keep chopping. I might forward settle Abraham to get it out of the way. So he's like, oh, you shouldn't forward settle me. And then I'm like, yeah, so what, bruh? What of it, cuz? Boom. Ooh, if I'd waited, if I settled this city, that would have been plus 3 error score. That's going to come back to bite me, isn't it? Yes, it is. I've made so many mistakes this game. Go ahead and take your promotion. We will settle this city. And while we won't get a huge amount of faith for converting it, we will get error score. And that sets us up for the golden age. So that's what we're going to do. We'll go Old God Obelisk naturally. Very first thing we're going to do. This also gives me some time to kind of hem and haw about where exactly I want to put my holy site, which I'm not entirely sure yet. So I'll wait the 3 turns. I definitely need to find more gold to buy a 3rd builder here if I'm going to secure the Mahabodhi temple in a reasonable amount of time, which is part of the issue that we're having, is that reasonable amount of time part of the equation. We can get a builder in a few turns, so we should be good. Plus also converting these cities gets me 3 gold per turn, so it is super worth it on my time to convert faith into city conversions if it helps me secure a golden age. Another barb camp just appeared over in my settling direction. Great. Okay, we're just about to pop out a new settler at a Kabasa, and I think that one will go here, or I could go all the way to the T. I could go all the way to the T. I'm going to go all the way to the T. I need to settle on the T. I need to keep making settlers. I also really need to get my audience chamber, but I think settling is now just currently like the highest value thing that I can do. Or how confident am I in getting to the Golden Age? I mean, settling helps me get the Golden Age. That's the thing. Definitely want to settle a city down here near Giant's Causeway, so that's going to be part of my plans. We found Mexico. A lot of really good city-states in this game. Would love to get Vilnius and Kumasi under my belt, but we're going to just play it by ear for now. Right, it's Mahabodhi Temple time. We slap down the Mahabodhi Temple. We immediately chop for it, bringing it down to 34 turns. We buy ourselves another builder and we look for more forests to chop. There's not a lot. There's one here, one here, one here, one here. It'll take a lot of gold to buy all those tiles, so we might not be able to make that happen. That's okay. I suppose if I get a Golden Age next era, I will be able to settle in here, so I might actually choose to settle the bananas, because then I'll have the loyalty to be able to settle this mountain range and get another really good holy site. And this one has like potentially good holy sites anyway. Give me all your money, good sir. I need to buy the tiles, good sir. Are jungle chops worth it? I'm having a major deja vu right now, dude. I'm having deja vu of deja vu. That's what's happening right now. Jesus. Recursive deja vu. I guess I could chop both of these jungle tiles. One big problem I have is that the actual amount of production per turn I'm getting from my tiles is quite low, so potentially even building a mine right now could actually be a significant upgrade in the production rate. Chopping alone isn't enough. It helps a lot, don't get me wrong. So there's Campus, Praetorium. We chop here, that's 72 production. We build a mine, that's another 2 turns off, and it also sets us up for later. I think we put another mine there, and then this will also boost apprenticeship, potentially getting us this in a more reasonable amount of time. We might be able to get another guy. I'm going to go ahead and take Researcher on Pingala to get the extra +1 science per turn for each citizen in the city. This will be a nice boost to my science per turn. We go from 12 science per turn. I go ahead and refresh the city, and boom, we're up to 18 science per turn, which is still super far behind the AI, but it's a more reasonable amount. We would like to get to Divine Right. Well, what we need to get to feudalism to get the +2 build charges on our builders. So that's kind of like super hyper important. So we'll head there. My stats are really, really weak right now, but they will improve significantly in the next era once I get my governor title and plug in the faith conversion card. So Quila should naturally convert in the not too distant future. So I might try to put a little bit of no, you know what, I'm going to make sure I convert my cities. All right, let's settle down a city right here. You should naturally convert yourself over time. Let's go Old God Obelisk. So we have a really, really strong faith line right now. 43 faith per turn. That's like, or 34 faith per turn. Sorry, not 43. I read the number backwards. That's like a really, really strong start to the faith game. Convert this city to era score. So yeah, I can get another city on this. I would like to settle the rice, but we'll see what we can do. I might have to settle this tile. We'll see. We've got 14 to 34 turns left on this era. We did get a Old God Obelisk here. We could do a holy site. There's a +3 holy site there, but it's dependent upon gold. Let's just put some turns into a builder for now. Turns into a builder does not feel good. I mean, there are 2 luxuries here to improve, actually. One of which for me can be for me. The other one I can sell. So that is what we're going to do. Put a mine down. Shave another turn off the Mahabodhi Temple. I'm loving the extra 12 gold from my beliefs that I'm getting. Starting to convert Australia as well. There's also a bit of conversion going on up to the north. Honestly, let's get ourselves a cheeky couple of the missionaries and spread our religion a little bit more. In terms of trade routes, Mbuila does not need this trade route like other cities might. I'm going to put this trade route in Quila, so I have a little bit of a road going over here to the south, which will allow me to be able to transport units between the cities much more easily. People talk to me tell me I talk really quickly, but you have to remember that I've said these sentences like millions of times, so I'm actually really, really practiced at these very specific sentences. Okay, this is actually really, really bad positioning for a barb camp to appear down here to the south. You will go ahead and trade. We could trade for 6 gold with Chinguetti, but I would rather trade with my capital for 3 food, 2 production. That just feels better to me right now. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a mine here. There's +3 boost. There's apprenticeship completed from that boost. That's ideal. Then we're down to 10 turns. Mahabodhi Temple. 14 production per turn, very strong. That's within the realm of like, I'm pretty confident we might be able to get it. 38 gold, just selling off everything we have. Capital, would love to get the audience chamber, might need to keep settling. Need to think about it, would love to get the temple. If I start getting the temple now, this would eventually lead to more faith. More faith would lead to a golden age. Can I get a golden age with just these missionaries that I have? It's a good question. Mabanza Congo will convert in due time. I can always emergency buy a missionary. I need another 9 era score. I'm getting 4 for, yeah, I have a golden age secured, so I don't need to do, I'm going to go for the temple. Golden age secured, let's go for the temple. The reason I have 9, I'm getting 4 from Mahabodhi Temple. I'll be getting 3 or 4 from evangelizing, and then a couple of points more from spreading my religion, so I'm more than happy to go straight up here. It would be good to get the diplomatic quarter. That'll be good for the long term. I just want this barb scout to go away and not come north. It would be like super ideal if it did not come north. It's coming north, really not good. Honestly, talking is just practice. So like if you get really good at talking, you talk really quickly. And this is me even just going like at a fairly normal pace, right? 8 turns. Ooh, it might be tight actually. Golden Age might be tight. We got our old god obelisk in Kinshasa. I need to research masonry so that I can potentially place my... I would love a map mode that would like scan the potential quality of holy sites. I definitely see a really good holy site right here. That's for sure, a +8. There's like a ton of +3s. The city of Kinshasa, I would love to build a +4. Okay, there's a +4. That's from this. I take the +4 100% of the time. This faith gets converted into really useful stuff. So my entire build is now about maximizing my faith. But I tell you what, on the eve of the most explosive medieval era that I've probably ever had, I will leave you guys here. I love you all very much. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.